I've been watching a lot of content lately about, yes, our favorite subject as of late, the passport bros, and how some of them are now claiming that you're being sold a dream. Yes, a dream of when you step on or step off a plane, you're basically going to be granted and showered with love. Some people are calling that out. And some people, the same people who were claiming that at one point, at one time ago in a galaxy not too far away, now we're starting to figure out the reason why it's better or what's behind the so-called success, if it is legitimate success. Whether it's pay for play and then trying to make it cool and forcing their pay for play lifestyle on you as if you're not doing what it takes, or that's the only way to do things, and if you aren't doing it, then you're wasting time, or there's something wrong with you if you don't pay for play, because everyone pays for it, right? Oh yeah, one way or another, everybody pays for it, right? Like, granted, yeah, a lot of, and you want to say indirectly through marriages, yeah, okay, a lot of marriages probably suck these days, let's just be honest, but that's just more of a Western thing that I'm not going to get into. There are other people who are better than me who explain why you may pay for play indirectly. Let's go alongside with that. But you aren't going to see a person like me who pay enough when it comes to hours worked, hours at the gym, and just hours improving myself. Paying more when other guys get it for free. And I've gotten it for free. Yes, have you gotten it for free? Huh? You can't get it for free, especially as a brother. You heard what such and such said. They only give it to the white guys for free. You keep believing that. Keep believing that. For everyone else who really knows, you got people who telling you got to pee for period, and then you got other people who, yeah, if they don't pee for period, you tell them, or they tell you that, oh, you need game, man. Game. And all that game really is, in reality, it's just sticking to the stereotypical places like hip-hop clubs and barrios / favela / the ghettos. And once again, I'm going to keep asking this question until the passport bros come to a consensus answer or agreement, some sort of just answer at the very least on why is it that every single time we ask where brothers need to go, it's always those two places. And also answer this question of, if we do not go to those places, or if you eliminated those places out of your itinerary, passport bros, how much success have you really had overseas? This is the channel where this proportionate amount of men in general, and especially black men, do not like that kind of culture. We don't like the hip-hop culture. We don't like the hood culture. We want to get away from that BS. We also don't want to deal with slumming it in the slums of wherever country you're in, just to say that we're a real one. We're so real, man. I'm so real. I'm so cool. You keep it in America then. And also, we don't want to waste our time doing what other races don't have to do. I'm looking here. Everyone else seems to be paired off with someone else. No problems whatsoever. Everyone else seems to have either some significant other, in some cases with kids, or at the very least, they got their group. They got the social group. They got the girls day out, or the boys traveling. In between doing the stuff you see on the boys Amazon series. But shout out that show, I need to watch it. It seems like it's right up my, I don't know why I've never watched The Boys, but it's right up my alley. And I keep seeing memes for it, so it must be good at the very least. Anyway, I got a lot to watch. Also, that Wolverine Deadpool movie, heard that was good too. But anyway, as far as the passport bros themselves, there's only one conclusion that I'm seeing, or one development I'm seeing when it comes to all this. Passport bros are becoming the new dating coaches. Yes, I said it right here. And if they haven't already, they will. Because going back to what I said earlier, what did the freaking PUA dating coaches were pushing? Oh, you need a co-coach. You don't need to use signals. So there are some who did that, and those ones you got to give them credit. AMS and them, you got to give them credit for, or ARC, who's like more direct with it, instead of playing around and doing the dancing monkey for 5 hours and then freaking nightclub to say what you want. or Ron Wills, who just tells you, hey, just work on your body, work on, maybe not the mouthpiece, I guess that's more ARC. But anyway, these were the three guys who basically said, yeah, you don't need to do the typical PUA dating coach bullcrap to get what you want. But now we're seeing Passport Bros, who 2 years ago, I recall, defending them against the dating coaches because they weren't falling for the BS. They were saying, no, we aren't wasting our time. But what it seems to me is that Passport Bros, yeah, they were done dealing with the BS. The BS from anyone who thinks that anything other than Applebee's or Cheesecake Factory or Golden Corral, anything above those was just too much. And from the conversations I've had, or that other people have had with Passport Bros, it's not the fact that they don't like paying, they just don't want to pay too much. They still want to trick. And that's the thing. I thought a lot of this dating coach and PUA stuff was for Passport Bros not to be tricks or not to pay anything. Be like the alpha males that they claim that pay for nothing, right? Which is true, but let's just be honest. A lot of these Passport Bros are now becoming dating coaches. I think a lot of it wasn't even because they disagree with the dating coach perspective or just all this tricking, and not tricking, but all this day game, night game, PUA game. I don't think they disagree with it. I just think they wanted that market share for themselves. And to be honest, yeah, to be fair, the PUA guys, the original PUA dating coach, dating roaches, they were pissed off about it and they had some sort of opinion about it, and they are still probably pissed off out to this very day because their numbers are dwindling. And that's, to be fair, that's all in competition. However, what I'm hearing from Passport Bros at this point, it's basically the same rhetoric and the same thing that the PUA dating coaches were saying a few years ago. And hell, you even have PUA coaches, these dating coaches, or Passport dating coaches, I'm mixing them all up at this point because it's all become the same to me at this point. And that, yeah, okay. Well, if you can't run game, you just gotta pay for it. But it's okay. It's only $19.95 a week. It's only $19.95 a week. Install payments. And if you don't like it, you get your money back guaranteed. That's how a lot of these PUA Passport Bros are now selling it. And it's to the point now where, yeah, they're talking about the same talking points and noticing that they're only telling this to a certain demographic of men. Because you aren't seeing Passport Bros telling non-black guys to, you gotta have game, Mr. Game. You aren't seeing them do all that to non-blacks. You aren't seeing these Passport Bros telling non-black guys that they gotta stay in the worst area or they gotta stay in the most insufferable nightclubs in order to even get a sniff. If you're non-black, you already have a social circle, and that's because non-black groups appreciate productive men. They don't leave their productive men to dry. They don't leave their productive men to what they think is social isolation and then sell them. And if I haven't explained that in a video before, I'll explain it in a next video and a future video about that. But let's just be honest. A lot of how people meet each other is through social circles. It was before through things like work and religion and through family members and through all that stuff, but that was when society had some damn sense. Just some. But now, at this point, since a lot of the world just wants to act like boomers, I guess because boomers are still running it and it's their last hurrah, so they want to go out in style. So don't be surprised if we get into some major conflict over the next 2 to 5 years. So that, you know, if the boomers can't take the wealth with them to hell, no one will have it. I mean, I think the boomers are that fucking just psychotical, at least the ones who run the ship. But that's a whole another tangent. Completely another. That's the fourth dimension tangent I'm not going to get into. That might get this video demonetized, even if it's not monetized. But to these PUA dating coaches, Passport Bros, at this point, there's no difference. They're telling you the same rhetoric. They're telling you to jump through hoops, do dances, go to hip-hop nightclubs, dress like a satirical Negro baby kid from the early 2000s. And it's sad at this point. At this point, it's become pathetic. It's even more pathetic than the crowds I got to deal with right now because the height of the season, and I don't know why I came here during the height of the season. If you want some real advice, what I say is don't go anywhere during the height of the season unless you, one, know people and you know you're going to have a good time, and two, you really know the place and you have a real connection with the place. And I don't mean connection as in Western Union Poppy connection. I don't mean trick connection, which that's the other part of this Passport Bro space advocates. It's only $19.99 for a week. It's for 4 payments, $19.99 per month. That's all it is. That's all it is. You got guys saying that they basically pay more in places in South America and Southeast Asia than they do even in the States. That's your money. I'm not going to tell you how you spend your money, but I will say this. At this point, other than the tricking aspect and the hood aspect and the ghetto aspects that these Passport Bros love to clamor on, because let's be honest, if hip-hop went away, if that culture went away, 80%, 90% of Passport Bros and 80% of the community, well, the black community, which is the community, 80% of blacks in America wouldn't know what to do with themselves. Now, they may even jump off the river that's right beside me. That they may just do that because their culture, their mindset is so ingrained into this anchor known as hood culture that they know nothing else. But for those who watch this channel, you know there are other mindsets, other cultures out here. And you know that, yeah, you don't have to follow in with other cultures, but you know you damn sure don't have to go lock and step with the community culture. Be your own culture. Be your own man. Be your own person. And yeah, it may be a lonelier road, but it's a road where you can definitely sleep easier at night and definitely get more respect and secretly get the respect of more women. And what's more important than notch count, what's more important than lays, what's more important than even love is respect. Everyone else out there, always bet on X.